So ultimately, all of this was about our sweet tooth. Sounds pretty nasty, doesn't it? To devastate a continent in the pursuit of
taste, not sweet, because you've got a sweet
sugar, not only sugar, gold,
What this exercise,
ivory, yeah.
what it's done really is shown me that there's something missing from this story, which is this. You know, I don't know. You were saying that we took out the story's written in shells, you know, in like, you know, the Russian dolls where you keep, and there's another one. I often write stories in that manner, and this is the core of it. But it strikes me that the heritage, the pre-existing civilization, that.
But was it?
They would have been living within.
At this point, this is like so secluded from the other pieces, because this is right at the beginning. That's something what was obviously back in the home country, and it's like as time goes on, some things are unrecognisable in terms of from that very first place. So that's kind of secluded and isolated, and that's not left behind in terms of memory, but physically left behind.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But maybe we should build another story, or else begin this story with some kind of
link to the whole.
acknowledgement of what was there before the whole thing kicked off. So you've helped us actually in organising it. I do like your idea, Nicole, about that bonbonniere. You see, as a writer, if I switch hats, to me, one of the most powerful things you can do is use contrast. You see, and what you've got there is a very fierce contrast. There is actually a metaphor going on there, and there are at least two of you in this room that may be able to understand that visual metaphor. You use metaphors in poetry. You know, you say, "My heart is a balloon," and now you've left it's deflated. That kind of thing. Sorry about that. Leave it. But the metaphor, to touch upon more serious points there, you can see it. It's striking you in the face there, that one. But we actually redrew it to emphasise the metaphor. This.
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
What do you mean the contrast between these?
Well, there's a contrast between those two. The sweetness of the
and the bitterness of the punishment.
The guy being whipped. That's a sort of a physical contrast. But what I'm saying is there is an object there that has been deliberately drawn in a certain way to give a resonance of another object.
Yes,
some of you which may be wearing.
It's
There you go.
It's the cross, and even still, the actual placing of the bonbonniere, which is the Easter egg, which is the symbol of new life, a new birth, is also placed next to something where abject pain and torture went on and stuff like that. And also...
And we planned that.
And also, you see how you can, art works.
But that's
the aesthetic of art is you can draw your own conclusions, can't you? And you make your own stories, and that's what makes you fall in love with different pieces of objects and different pieces of artwork and stuff like that.
What we're playing with there is playing in a sort of linguistic, metaphorical rather than jokey sense, is the idea, and I'm not saying that I am of any particular religion, but at the core of Christianity is the idea of suffering.
This is the calabash. It is a calabash bowl, and I think the calabash bowl would have gone with the guy at the beginning to show like his culture and his heritage, maybe.
And this was a prayer board. Maybe they would have prayed that they was going somewhere safe and not, into slavery. That there was end up here.
So was that just a drinking vessel, that one? Or was it a religious chalice or something?
That was just like a bowl. You could either put like clothes into it, or depends on the size of the mold that you made it. But food or anything, I think. This is it manillas? This is the manillas. So this would have
they used it to trade humans and goods like tobacco, coffee, sugar. But the bigger ones we use to trade humans, and this is like selling.
But that would have been in Africa, not in wherever.
Yeah.
So
the other African. But in the next room, there was like they would have used it in Europe as well because they thought it was something pressure.
No, in Europe they mass produced it.
Yeah.
So the first traders in people would have had
That's
then.
where would this go?
Maybe at the beginning again, because you don't know, maybe it was
In
sold.
between?
Yeah, in
Because
between.
it's to do with selling and packing up.
Changing hands.
Yes.
This is a dried sugarcane stick. I think it's 200 years old, and that would have gone
I
probably.
think in between here, because here so I say here, sorry Chloe, because like through his pain, he's had to like make sugar cane. You know what I'm saying?
But then
But
I
wouldn't
thought,
that
no,
work
but I
then?
thought
But
it would
the-
go here because that's what they're picking, and then you would have put this here because that's like when it got to the
What it was produced as
Yeah.
the sugar.
what it came.
And then the
Possibly.
egg after, like the
Oh,
bonbon.
the bonbonnier
bonbonnier,
thing
Yeah.
would have.
Gone.
Next to the sugar thing, 'cause that's
Yeah.
where it was put. Just tied it up with
There it is. So the bonbonnier thing would have gone there, which mainly wealthy people would have. So this through his pain,
The cane.
the sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we use still today as well.
Also, like, we used to have sweets, so through that again, the sugar, the pain, sweets,
the mold.
and the mould of the sweet.